Sup nerds, today we have Yellow Vaccine versus Examon. Ben won the double, so he's going first. He hard plays Kudamon, Scourge's top 3. Doesn't get max value, but does get to add one of those yellow cards. He adds the Pillowmon to hand. Caleb patches BT15. Evo's into Draco. Evo's into Cordra for 2. And then Evo's into Wingdramon for 3 to give Ben 2. Ben hatches Tokomon. Evo's into Gato for 2. Evo's into Pillow and Raising. Swang on him for 4k with Barrier. Triggers Barrier, trashes top card. Gains memory off Gatomon's effects. And Evo's into Karen for 3. And no effect on Karen. Not really reason not to spin it since he has Barrier anyway, so he's not really concerned about Caleb swinging over it. Alright, so Caleb promotes Wingdramon. Plays Groundramon for 7. Triggers Draco's Inheritable to gain a memory. End of turn, DNA's into Examon for 0. Triggers Examon's effect. He's not going to tuck anything, but he is going to play a Cordramon for free, and then trigger Draco's Inheritable again. Since Examon is DNA, all this Inheritables reset. Gains another memory. Definitely not that super awesome of a stack. It doesn't have Breakdramon or Slayerdramon in it. So that Examon is just kind of annoying, I would say. Spin promotes Pillow. Evo's into Magnadramon for 3 memory. Triggers Magnadramon, trashes top card of security to minus 9k on Examon until the end of Caleb's turn. Triggers Magnadramon's effect. Put a yellow card on top of his security. Sorry, top or bottom. He puts the Rapid on bottom. Draws from Tokomon. Swing on him for 11k with Barrier. Survives. Then hard plays Angelwomon. Trashes top card of security to minus 6k on Examon until the end of Caleb's turn. So that does hit 15k. For some of you that don't know, so Examon can evade, and it does have an inheritable from the BT15 to gain 1000 DP when it becomes unsuspended. The issue is that DP checks happen before each instance of effects triggering and activating. So what would happen if Caleb did attempt to evade here is he would evade the deletion from the game checking its DP, and then the game would immediately check its DP again before the BT15 could trigger and activate. So it would not get a chance to gain the 1000 DP. Also, something hilarious is Ben is only playing one Magnadramon in his list. So the Magnadramon Angelwomon combo to out of level 7 consistently is hard for him to come by, but he happens to rip the Magnadramon very early in this game to out the Examon immediately. Then triggers Angelwomon's effect, recovers. The Gatomon cannot play itself back from trash because the Pillow is chilling on the field, unfortunately. So Caleb patches, Evo's into Draco, plays Mental Training, adds BT15 Examon, plays another Mental Training, adds Slayerdramon since he cannot add the Breakdramon, and then Davis's gets max value but does bot deck hidden potential discovered. So Ben hatches Toko. Evo's into Sala. And the issue with this yellow vaccine deck is, like, once they start doing stuff, you're dead pretty quickly if you don't answer their board immediately. He swings with Magnadramon, survives. Plays Kare for 4. And just Evo's into Angemon and Raising for 3 memory. Obviously preparing a lethal turn on the following turn. So Caleb promotes, pops Mental, Evo's into Cordramon for 0. Pops other Mental Training, Evo's into Wingdramon for 1 memory. Evo's into Slayer for 3, and then Ben goes to 3 from Kari. Alright, so Ben promotes, start a main phase. Caleb has the option of triggering Slayer. He chooses to pass on the effect to force Ben to attack with one of his Digimon. Ben swings on him with Magnadramon. 11k, it does have Barrier from the Gatomon Inheritable. And he is going to trigger the Karenmon effect when attacking. He's going to put Revelation of Light on top of his security. And I don't know what Caleb was thinking. I think Caleb didn't realize that Revelation of Light had a security effect, or when it gets trash effect, because blocking with his Slayer here is just straight up just a punt. That being said, I don't think he could stop lethal on this turn anyway, but doing that was really bad for him. He wants that Magnamon to survive. So it triggers Barrier, trashes the Revelation of Light when he blocks the Slayer. Slayer unsuspends from its effect. And now Revelation of Light is minus 5,000 DP to Caleb's entire field and his security Digimon until the end of Ben's turn. So now it's a 7k Digimon and a 1k Digimon on the field. Also, the Salamon inheritable should trigger here to minus 2k to something on Caleb's fields. Ben will catch it eventually, but... Also, Ben missed a double Tokomon inheritable to draw 2 cards here as well. He goes into Seraphi for 4. Trigger Seraphi to recover. Minus 7k to Slayer. Slayer's dead. Now he remembers his double Tokomon and his Salamon. So this kind of actually alters things. He should have recovered a card that he drew, but it's not going to be a huge deal. He taps card to gain a memory and then swings on with Angemon. Also a bit of a misplay here. He should have just swung with a Seraphi. It's 17k effective for 2 checks. So I think it's a better choice to swing with that first. So he swings with Angemon, lives, then swings with Seraphi, lives, and Pillamon for game. So Ben does take game 1. By the way, if you guys enjoy this type of content, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. And if you're interested in the Yellow Vaccine deck profile, link will be in the pinned comment below. Alright, so Caleb chooses to go first for game 2. Hatches his Babitomon. Evo's in a Draco. And Evo's in a Cordramon for 2. Then hatches Tokomon. Evo's into Patamon. Then hard plays Kare for 4. Caleb plays Davis, gets max value, adds Break and Slayer. Then should be a 3 here. Promotes Pata. Triggers Pata, start a main phase effect. No targets. Pretty surprising to whiff on that with 5 security, but it does happen. Obviously, if that Kare had been a TK, he would have been smooth sailing. That's funny. Ben picked it back up because he's like, oh, I need to remember what's in there. Because I think he just looked, realized he didn't have level 4, and then started shuffling, but now he's making a mental note of what's in there now. Is Ben going to catch the fact that he should be at 3 memory? He does. Okay, he goes into Gato for air quotes 1 memory because he should be at 3. And you swing on him, 4k jamming. Then plays another Gato and gives Caleb 4 memory. Alright, Caleb promotes. Evo's into Groundramon for 3. And then slams Wingdramon for 7. Triggers end of turn. DNA is into Examon for 0. Triggers Examon's effect. Tucks Breaktramon in sources. And then plays Slayer out for free. So Ben hatches Toko. Start a main phase. Caleb triggers Slayer Dramon to force one of Ben's Digimon to attack. Slayer unsuspends by his effect. Examon blocks. And then Examon will unsuspend from its effect and suspend the Gato. His Gato that swung that got blocked will trigger Barrier, trash top card of security, and then gain 2 memory from his Gatomons. Ben Evo's into Pata and Raising. Plays a TK. Adds top card of security and then gets to, if he wants to, put a Yellow Vaccine on the bottom. Tucks a Gatomon. Gains memory from Pata, draws from Toko. And I see no reason not to just tap TK and Kare. Yeah, gain 2 more memory off those to go to 8. Plays another TK, because why not? Puts another Gato on the bottom of security. Taps TK, gains another memory. Evo's into Angelomon for 3. triggers her effect, trashes bottom card of security, minuses 6k on Examon, triggers Angelomon to recover, triggers Gadomon's effect to come back from trash since it was trash from security. Plays Emissary of Hope for 1 memory. Evos into the 1 of Magnadramon. Draws from Evo. Shuffles his security. And then recovers off the Emissary of Hope effect. Then effect of Magna. Trashes bottom to minus 9k on the Examon. Effect of Gatomon. Gain a memory. Examon is currently 16k from his Tama. So he's actually 1000 DP, but it's going to be bad news for Caleb once the turn ends. So Ben plays Physical Training, adds Angelomon. And then just plays a Pillowmon out because why not? And then on the end of his turn, beginning of Caleb's turn, Examon is dead. It immediately goes down to 0 DP because the plus 1000 DP fades, and as we explained before, evade does not help it proc that effect before it dies anyway. So Caleb evos into Draco and Raising. Yeah, been seeing his 1 of Magnadramon both games pretty early. that Caleb actually established an Examon was really bad for Caleb. Ben actually said he's probably going to bump Magnadramon up to 2 just to see it more consistently versus decks like this. So Caleb swings into the Magnadramon with Slayer. Slayer should unsuspend itself, although it's not going to matter here shortly. So he literally watched Ben add Angelomon Ace off of the Physical Training, and yet he's still doing this. I'm not sure why. Maybe he's just checked out of the game. So Ben is going to Blast Evo into Angelomon Ace, trigger her effect, trash bottom card of security to minus 6k on the Slayer. The Slayer slams into the Magnadramon and dies by battle. And then Angelomon Ace gets to recover. And then Magnadramon's effect triggers. He adds a yellow card from his hand to the top of security. And then Gatomon gains him a memory. Alright, so Caleb evos into Cordramon for 2. And Groundramon for 3. And with 4 security in this board, it ain't looking good for Caleb. So Ben promotes, triggers Patamon's effect. No targets. Who needs him though? Obviously doesn't matter. Swing on him, Gato, 4k, 1 check. Triggers Barrier. Trashes top card, triggers Angelomon's effect first, recover, draws 2 cards from double Toko. Taps double TK, gains 2 more memory, gains another memory off Pata. Obviously he has a hybrid in his hand if he's not tapping the Kare, lol. Plays Emissary of Hope. Evos into Karenmon from security for 1 memory, effectively from the Emissary of Hope. Recovers off Emissary of Hope. Triggers Karenmon, trashes top card of security to unsuspend itself. Swing on him, survives. Swing on him. Survives. Swing on him. Survives. And pillow for game. So Ben does take the match 2-0. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy seeing this kind of content. Want to come back for more. But until next time, see ya.